practice. Shit's real for Israel, war tactics. War paint on my face in the jungles. Camouflage and we all set, time to tussle. Yeah, they can't believe we done linked up. Blacks and Latinos, Mexicas, Taínos, Incas, Mayans, natives, indigenous. Coming to the suburbs looking for the privilege. Yeah, it's time for payback, bitches. The wealth of the righteous is held by the wicked. We need that and then some, the gold in the land. Y'all stole it. The dagger armor had to make you hold it in your stomach. Make them all run it. Can't let them rise no more. They gon'
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
That's right. And guess who's the house of Jacob? The 12 tribes of Israel.
Yahawah.
The blacks, the Hispanics, and the Latinos, and the Native Americans. Those are the 12 tribes. Jacob, Israel, Yasharala. And we have to show them that they're going against the scriptures, because we can see it, we can see it. Why? Because, once you start doing the work of Yahawah, you become spiritual. And the law is spiritual. So we need to show our people, where they're going off. And a lot of our people are just not keeping the Sabbath, are not keeping the Levitical law, things that are gonna matter when it comes down to salvation. Things that you have to do for the Father since right now. But the wicked one, the ones that we're talking about, he already showed you that it's okay. That it's okay to eat pork. But I'm telling you, it's not. It's not okay to eat pork. Because the Levitical law, it tells you not to do so.
That's right.
So you should stop eating that pork. You need to put the pork down. So, and that's one simple thing that we always bring out, because a lot of people hate to stop eating pork for the Lord.
Right.
They hate it because they love it so much. They love that wickedness so much that they don't want to stop. Because it's in the law, it's in the word. And remember when we said you have to first read the word, then listen to the word, and then do the word. All right, I see that. You see? And it's not even them, it's the devil inside them, that they see the spirit of Yahawah. I mean, they don't see it, but they sense it. Because, it says that when 2 or more gather together in my name, I'm there in the mix. So Yahawah, the Most High God, is right here with us today. So whoever wants to ask him something, all they have to do is come up and ask,
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 7. For the vineyard of Yahawah of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold the cry. I also got Ecclesiastes 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. The Most High be looking for the judgment, seeing if the prophets are out there showing the transgressions to their brothers, man. But when he looks down, he don't see that. He see our people oppressed, because they don't know they're going on, because we're not coming out. We're not coming out and showing our brothers their transgressions to their face, man. So they don't know how to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. They don't even know who spiritually they are according to these laws, statutes, and commandments, man.
That's it. It's simple things. We have to do it for our brothers, for the nation of Israel, the blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans. Lo tenemos que hacer, tenemos que venir a enseñarle a nuestra gente la verdad de lo que nos han estado haciendo desde el principio. Este diablo vino, nos mintió, nos quitó nuestras tierras, ahora te llama mojado en tu propia tierra, güey. ¿Cómo ves? Eso es lo que ha hecho el diablo, loco. Y sabes que todo está en la escritura. Por no seguir y guardar los mandamientos, el Padre te entregó en la mano del opresor. Eso fue lo que hizo. Y es lo que le estamos enseñando a nuestra gente, que la única manera de salir de esa opresión es siguiendo y guardando los mandamientos de Dios, siendo diligente con esta escritura, sabiendo que tú, si eres un nativo, si eres un hispano, si eres un moreno, regresas a las 12 tribus de Israel y eres un pueblo escogido. You have that piece for me? You are a chosen people. you are a chosen people, and you need to acknowledge who you are so you can know what you need to be doing next. And the next thing to do is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Do it quick, because if you don't do it quick, you're gonna perish.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people. You are a chosen people. No doubt, But the only thing, you need to act like it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 2. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. And the Lord thy God has chosen thee to be peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth.
And it's nothing that I can break down. He says what he says.
Come.
Israel is that holy people. The only thing that they went off against his commandments, and that's what we're trying to do right here. We're trying to tell you that you have to come back to your heritage. The only heritage that you have now is the law, statutes, and commandments. Everything else he took away, and he's giving back only that. That's the only thing you can do now. If you want to serve God, that's all you have to do. Keep his law, statutes, and commandments. Be diligent with it. You cannot, if you love me, you keep my commandments. That's what it says.
It's the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
And that's all you have to do. You have to humble yourself, ask for forgiveness, repent, and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. And he's going to receive you. You know why? Because he wants you. He loves you. But he don't want you being in wicked, And that's all we're trying to say. Tienes que cambiar esas maneras de vivir y tienes que vivir conforme a la escritura. La escritura es la única herencia que tienes. Si eres un moreno, un latino, un nativo de América, tu herencia es la palabra de Dios. Eres un pueblo escogido. Y tienes que darte cuenta que Dios te está hablando. La manera en que Dios te está hablando está aquí presente con su palabra, enseñándote que, ¿sabes qué? Que su palabra es la única que te puede regresar a Él. Es la herencia que te ha dado el Padre. Su palabra, siguiendo y guardando los mandamientos.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his ways, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto Yahawah, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
And it's everything that we're saying. You have to come back to him. There is only a certain time that you have to come back to him. There's going to be a time where you're going to seek for the Lord and he's not going to be found. That's what the scripture is saying. And the wicked one, the wicked one that is going against him from his people, they're going to have to come back. And if they don't come back, guess what? You're going to be being wicked. And that's going to be the separation, in the day of judgment, he's going to come and separate, the good and the bad, right? And he says the one that doesn't give good fruits is going to be, the tree that doesn't give good fruits is going to be cut down and thrown into the fire. Well, that's going to be the wicked one, everybody that is doing wickedness. Can you get me Deuteronomy 25 and 2? And you got what?
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 1. Thou shalt not, Shalakia. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked, to be an unrighteous witness.
And don't have to, be together with the wicked, it's to give a bad report. That's a false statement, But remember that these people, that's what they do. They speak lies, so they can do the wickedness that they have to.
Right.
Because they set up to be wicked since the womb, right?
God.
Who set them up to do that, to be that way?
Most High.
The Most High. Even the wicked men for the day of evil.
That's right.
But you need to figure out which one are you. If you are the wicked one, or you just doing wickedness because the wicked one show you how to do it and you depart from the Father. If you depart from the Father, then you have a way back to the Father through the scriptures, through prayer. You need to ask him, so he can show you the way. And it's simple. It's simple things that we have to do for the Father so we can stop that wickedness. But the wicked one, even if he tries, he's not going to be able to be good or righteous. Because it's already in his nature to be that wicked. The Most High set him up to be that way.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
And it shall be, if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten, that the judge shall cause him to lie down, and to be beaten before his face, according to his fault, by a certain number.
So you see, you need to be righteous in the judgment. If they deserve to be put down, you need to put them down. You need to give them, to be a judge, ruler. You need to have a base of rules, right? In this case, how you think they're gonna judge this guy? According to the scriptures, according to what it was given to them in that book. The commandments were given, to them in that time. When they got out of Egypt, they had to set up the congregation and give them the rules, right? Why? So they can be, righteous. So they can, have an order, because that's what rules are given to people that don't have order. These people came out of Egypt with no rules, with no order. So the first thing that the Most High did was give them rules and orders. Why? Because they forgot about him.
That's right.
So guess what happened in this time? People already forgot about the rules that Yahawah was giving to you. Why? Because the wicked one already showed you his ways. Now you offering sacrifices. Now you're doing the brujeria, Now you're doing having all the gods. But you don't know the scripture. You don't know Yahawah. You don't know your power. And if you bring that Exodus 20, remember? Our power is in his name. No, my bad. We got
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 23. The poor useth entreaties, but the rich answereth roughly. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 23. A wicked man taketh the gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment.
So you see, a wicked man what?
A wicked man taketh the gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment.
See? Like being corrupt. You taking that money, and it doesn't, and it doesn't belong to you. Why? Because you give that bribe, so you can get the judgment to whatever you want it to be. That's not righteousness, because when you go, can you go right there to 11 and 1? That's a false balance, and Yahawah hates a false balance.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 1. False balance is an abomination to Yahawah, but a just weight is his delight.
So now go back to the other one. So these wicked people, they go against the word of Yahawah. Why? Because they want that balance to come and his way,
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 23. A wicked man taketh the gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment.
To pervert, you know. And that's what this wicked man does. He perverts the ways of Yahawah, right? And what's the other scriptures? Can you get it in the apocrypha? Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Can you get it? 18 and 5 right there.
Proverbs. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 5. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape.
So you see, Yahweh's gonna get you if you speak lies. Even if he set you up for it, you know? Man, and that's, you don't even know Yahawah, man. We were going through a lot of scriptures this week, man. It's like, you better recognize him. You better come back to the law, statutes, and commandments if you have a chance, because the wicked one is gonna be put down. You know, he's not gonna be spared. And the one, they can have, you know, a way back to him, but he don't listen, he's gonna be just like the wicked one. You know?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So you see, the enemy, who's the enemy?
Esau.
Esau is the enemy. You know, we need to know who's the enemy, and we need to know the lies that he already set up. They're there, and the only way to know who's lying is if you know the scriptures, if you know the truth. You know, because it says not a lie can come out of the truth. You know, the truth is the truth, y la verdad es la verdad, y no hay ninguna mentira en la verdad.
Así es.
Y para conocer la verdad tienes que conocer a Dios, porque Dios es la verdad. Yahawah es la verdad. Yahawah Shai es la verdad. Su palabra es la verdad. ¿Y quién es el mentiroso? Esaú es el mentiroso. Esaú es el malvado. Esaú es el que está al control del mundo. ¿Por qué? Porque Yahawah le dio el poder ese, pero al fin del día lo va a poner a la muerte, lo va a destruir. ¿Por qué? Porque no puede nadie ir en contra de su palabra, y va a haber un día del juicio. El día del juicio va a haber juicio. ¿Y con qué crees que va a juzgar ese juicio? Con las reglas que él ya puso desde un principio. If there is gonna be a judgment, how you think they're gonna judge? Or what's gonna be the base of that judgment? They have to have rules. You know, if you don't have rules, then it's okay, because there is not gonna be a day of judgment. But it's gonna be a day of judgment, and the Most High God is gonna judge according to His scriptures. So don't you think that if you're gonna go to trial, at least you need to know the rules, so you can defend yourself? That's simple. So, you know, whoever tells you, oh, we're not under the law, brother, you know, it's like, no, it's going to be a judgment, and we're going to be judged by the law. Then I'm going to make sure that I go and study the law, so I can at least have a saying, you know? Be like, no, but at the end of the day, whatever you do is not going to be enough. That's why you need to believe in Yahawah Shai. You know, because that's the blood that He's going to cover you. You know, that's the grace that He's giving you a way back. Because He says that there is no one good but the Father. So we're not saying over here that we are good. We are trying to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments in a righteous way.
That's right.
You know, and we're trying as anybody that wants to serve Yahawah, and the way to do so is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, because we know that it's gonna be a judgment day. And all we can do is get ready for it. Bring it out.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 16. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul, but he that despiseth his ways shall die.
You see, that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to live, you know, we're trying to have life. That only comes from them, from following the law, statutes, and commandments. Queremos vida. La única manera de obtener vida es siguiendo y guardando los mandamientos de Dios. Eso es lo que dice esa escritura. Pero si no conoces las escrituras, si no conoces la palabra de Dios, ¿cómo vas a tener esa vida de la que está hablando? Porque la vida de la que está hablando es espiritual. Podemos tener vida en el cuerpo, tenemos vida en el cuerpo, pero estamos muertos en el espíritu. Porque la palabra es la vida. Pero no nomás el decirla o el oírla, sino el hacerla. And that's what we're saying today. It's not just listening, it's not just reading it, it's doing it. The doing it is the part that is going to give you the life. You can know it, you can listen to it, you can speak on it, but you know what that saying says? You better back up what you say. You better back up what you say.
Walk it like you talk.
Yeah. Why? Because this is what we need to do. We need to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Show others to do so you can be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahawah and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
And that's plain and simple. You know, it's the law is the life. And when you go, can you get me Psalm 19?
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
The way of life, the instructions. You know, when you go anywhere, you know, and buy something, you know, that it needs to be built up, it comes with instructions. You know, like if he's missing a part or you're missing a tool to put it together, you're not gonna be able to.
Right.
You're gonna put something where it doesn't belong, and it's not gonna be straight. It might fall. You know, if you try to build a crib, you know, for your baby, for your newborn, you need instructions to build it. Because if not, as soon as you put it together your own way, he might fall, drop, hit himself in the head.
Right.
So, la palabra de Dios es eso. Son las instrucciones de la vida. Si tú vas a la tienda y compras algo, tiene que venir con instrucciones. Si no vienen las instrucciones, lo vas a construir mal. Va a salir mal el pedo. Entonces, para poder construir tu vida, tienes que seguir y guardar los mandamientos de Dios, que son las instrucciones de la vida. Eso es lo que estamos diciendo.
Así es.
That's all we're saying. You need to be able, you know, the break down the instructions of life. That's it. If you don't know the instructions, you're gonna die in the intent.
That's right. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and the law is the truth.
The law is the truth. For all those people that don't believe in the Old Testament, that don't believe, you know, in the following the law, statutes, and commandments, but believe in Jesus, well, guess what? Yahawah, you know, Jesus, the one that you call Jesus, he is the law. He is the truth. He is the beginning and he is the end. The Alpha and the Omega. So, think about it. You're going against your own belief. And even if I said that I wasn't going to speak on it, we already own it. You know? So, it's simple things, you know? The things the enemy already set you up with to believe. You believe in somebody, but you don't believe in what he represents. That's me like, oh, I love you, brother, but I hate what you do. then you don't love him. You really hate him. You're just saying that you love him because you're afraid maybe that you say you hate him. He'll give you one with the left, because you're not being real, and that's you believing in the Son of God, but not believing in the Father. The Son is representing the Father. That's it. If you don't love Yahawah, you're never gonna have love for the Father. Si no tienes amor por Jesús, por Jesucristo, that proves what I'm saying. They don't have love. If we are here in the name of Yahawah, the name of Yahawah, they think the law is done away with, but they see us out here and they disrespect us.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. The earth is still here, and the heavens are still here, so the law is not done away with, just like the scriptures say. You cannot add or modify these scriptures to fit your lifestyle or to fit your feelings or nothing. The earth and the heaven is still here, so these laws we're still subject to.
And remember what I said earlier, we're gonna be judged by this law. It's gonna be a judgment day, and we all waiting on it. Plain and simple. Now we're gonna go to Proverbs 3 and 33. Can you get
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 33.
Get out.
The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blessed the habitation of the just.
Speak on it, brother. Speak on it.
God, the curse of the Lord is the house of the wicked. So basically, if you a cursed people, it's because the Lord did that. Basically, the curse of the Lord is the house of the wicked, but he blessed the habitation of the just. So in order for you to be blessed, you gotta come to back to these law, statutes, and commandments, and you'll get when that day come, you'll have that just, you'll have that damn monkey lifted off your shoulders.
You see, and the scriptures. That's why we bring out the scriptures, because if we say we grew up with, or what we think, or the thoughts that we used to have, it's not gonna be good, because that's the curse that he put on us, right? So that's why everything that we say, everything that we speak, we try to bring it out of the scriptures, because that's the righteousness. Las escrituras es lo único que es justo. Todo lo demás es mentira. Todo lo demás es malvado, pero Dios es justo y verdadero. Y la palabra de Dios es para siempre. Cualquiera que no está siguiendo la palabra de Dios va a ser puesto a la muerte. Ese es el mensaje. Arrepiéntete, porque Dios viene pronto a hacer el juicio. El día del juicio viene pronto. ¿Y cómo nos va a juzgar Dios? Con su palabra. Si no conoces su palabra, vas a estar en peligro. Te venimos a advertir que viene peligro.
Así es.
Arréglate con el Padre, es lo único que puedes hacer. Arreglarte con el Padre. Cómprate una Biblia, ponte a leerla, quítale el polvo y prepárate para el juicio. Eso es lo que estamos diciendo aquí. Y le estamos diciendo a nuestra gente, a los morenos, a los latinos y a los nativos de América, esta palabra les pertenece. Es tiempo de regresar al Padre. Decimos Juan Sharala para que se levanten, so they can lift up, they can rise up, so they can get the kingdom, because the kingdom of the wicked one is gonna be put down. Esau is going down.
Save me. I know these suckers really hate me. I guess they mad cause they ain't me. You can try what you want, but God is for me. The angels all around, so you can't harm me. For nada, for water, for all your protection and your presence, blessings and your provisions.